That's terrifying. I mean, it's funny for some bizarre reason, and it's good evening, and thank you so much for coming back to my channel. I'm Joey Hernandez. You know, I'm normally a kind of person that can go with the flow very easily. Here's the thing. Why is it that you can plan for things in life? When you're young, you can have dreams of what you want to be when you get older. Once you get to that age, you try different jobs and try to figure out what you feel that you have an aptitude for and that you're happy doing. And you figure, okay, I'm going to get married and I'm going to have kids and I'm going to go to the best university. I'm going to work really hard in school so they'll take me and I'll be on a sports team and I'll work really hard, get the best job, have beautiful houses. You grow up thinking in the United States that is what can happen for you. As long as you work for it, as long as you are aware that you have to create that. That's all fine, right? But why is it the big things in life, and when I say the big things, I guess I mean the negative big things, when those happen, those seem to happen out of the blue. It's not like when we were thinking of changing jobs, we begin to look for another job while we're still in our old one. Then we give our notice and we move, or you meet your boyfriend or girlfriend, and as you are together over years, you plan on, okay, let's get engaged, let's get married. Those are progressive things, right? But the bad shit, the really bad shit, seems to come out of nowhere. And it's impossible to plan for that, right? I'm sure that you have had those circumstances in your life when, you know, you just settle into a routine, you just get comfortable in all aspects of your life, you know, relationships and work and just general happiness. And then suddenly, of course, I mean, it's only normal that this will happen. Something can change in an instant. Example would be if somebody died unexpectedly. You know, they had a heart attack or a stroke and they died. So these big things, right? Important things, as important as things like your first house that you buy, you're getting married, you're adopting children, all of these things that are the good things that are planned, all of those things can be completely thrown out when something just hits you out of the blue. I think of this commercial that's on currently, where this guy and a girl, she might be pregnant, I'm not sure, I don't remember. They're driving along and you can tell they're starting out on like a weekend and it's beautiful out and they're relaxed and having a good time, and then wham! It scares me every time, even though I know it's going to happen. Wham! This car comes flying out of nowhere, right? And just smashes into the side. And you don't really get to see what happens because you're in the passenger seat when the car hits. So you just see it for half a second before it hits. Those kinds of things. When I drive now, in the last few months, haven't been out obviously because of the pandemic, but when I do drive, I think honestly when I'm going through lights and it's a busy traffic day, I picture that car coming out of nowhere and smashing into me, which is not a really good thing to be thinking about while you're driving. So I'm trying to work on that. I'm trying to get that aside a little bit. You know, I had talked about on the podcast one time about how odd it is that all of us grow up from childhood and probably starting around the age of 6 or 7 or 8, right? Something happens, we have an animal and it dies or whatever, and the discussion of death comes up. Or if the kid's even younger, say a grandparent died, and it always, and I know this sounds ridiculous, but it always amazed me that especially children, not so much middle-aged, and then yes to the elderly, so children and the elderly, why are they not freaking out over the fact that we're going to die? You know, maybe the child is just scared, oh my God, it could happen. I just saw grandma last week and now she's dead and gone to heaven. That could happen to me. Or the elderly person, I expect when I get to be what is probably really old age for myself, I expect that I'm not going to sleep very well. Because I am absolutely going to be thinking, okay, if I go to sleep tonight, am I going to have a heart attack? Is this it? Should I take a last look around? Pet the dogs on the head, give my husband a kiss, now go to sleep and rolling the dice. It's just that when you're older, it's expected that you're going to die, you know, and I would think the older one gets year by year, moment by moment, you know, if you're 98, I don't know, I'll go to sleep, but okay. But not just death. Death's a bad one, obviously, but the other stuff too, potential accidents, diseases, breakups of relationships, your own children dying before you. There are big things that will affect your life forever, and you just don't know it's about to happen. That's terrifying. I mean, it's funny for some bizarre reason, and it's terrifying at the same time. Yep. I don't know. These big things, just, that's what terrifies me, I think. Big things happening. I can handle a whole bunch of little shit going on. I have no problem with that. Bring it on. But it's just when it's something that is life-altering, that years of planning and feeling comfortable in your life and all, and then this thing, and it's right there. No, it's right there. It's coming. It's coming. Fuck. Well, I hope that was a fun video for you. I don't know, it's just the way my brain's working. I have a glass of wine and that's the way my brain works, I guess. Thanks so much for joining me. Please check out some other videos because they're not usually this strange of a conversation, but they might be in the future because I had a hell of a lot of fun tonight doing this. So, could be. You tell me down in the comments, please. Tell me in the comments if you think that this was an enjoyable one. Okay, I will be back next Friday. Thanks so much for dropping in. I appreciate it. Take care. Bye for now.